put some content out. Alright, let's go. Oh, by the way, hello viewers. Another beautiful day. Hope your phosphorus work. Health and strength is good or excellent. Alright, what do we got here? Let's see. It says pre-order Age of Mythology retool. No, pre-order Age of Mythology retooled. Immortal Pillars are now available across Microsoft Store with a $19.99 price tag. It said the expansion is releasing on March 4th, and this is the same day that the real-time strategy game launched on PlayStation 5. So yeah, Age of Mythology Immortal Pillars is getting a new expansion. Alright, now what else do we have here on the gaming news here? I was in this surveying the landscape, seeing what I can find, what I can come up with. And I'm gonna start spending some more time on Steam's website too, but they cover a lot. Let's see, I did weekend PC deals already. Okay, that is done. That is done. Okay. Anything else? All right. Keep moving. All right, what else we got? Got to keep you guys in the loop of gaming. Yeah. Keep moving, man. So when it comes to that video card stuff, that's, you know, you let the you know, like people that specialize in that deal with that. But when it comes to the Steam Deck and stuff, that's where I come in. Let's see here. What's this? ASUS Air Vision MR glasses review and expansion and shaky first effect. You need some glasses now for video games? Says here, it's hard to get excited about a pair of 700 AR glasses with focus issues and subpar material usage. Pros lightweight design, extremely bright display, includes a carry case and multiple nose pads. Cons, expensive at $6.99, low quality plastic used throughout, focus issues despite adjustable IPD, and then it says should include a electrochromatic dimmed at this price. 72H refresh is dependent on Air Vision's app for Windows. Yeah, I got some new glasses from ASUS. It's a glasses to play games. Yeah, and they won. What's the price they won on this? $700. Is it worth it? Nah. Anyway, what else we got here? So what else we got on the gaming news here? Okay, game developer, what you got? See, Epic Store reaches 295 million PC players in 2024. Okay. Nice little big. And it says total PC users nearly 295 million plus, nearly 898 million Epic cross-platform accounts, 74 million MAUs in December 24, negative 1%, 67 million average MAUs, 32 million average MAUs, and they both are 6%. So Epic is doing something. Let's see here. EG Epic Game Store annual player spend increased by 15% to 1.1 billion in 2024, while third-party spendings keeps declining. And it says Epic Game Store had a significant increase across areas like PC player spending and engagement. The Epic Game Store saw substantial growth in 2024 with 295 million PC players and growth across other key areas. The publisher year in review shows its storefront PC base increased by 25 million players year-over-year cross-platform account, which includes those modes and partner platform and EGS mobile apps for Android and European iOS total 898 million up to 94 million from 2023. Engagement wisely, daily and monthly. Activities were both up by 6%, with respective average of 31.5 million and 57.2 million users. Daily users peaked at 37.2 million, up 3% year over year, and monthly, and was 74 million, down 1% year over year. It's epic. And what else? It says here, in terms of revenue, total spending on PC games grew 15% year over year. Year to 1.1 billion. Third-party increase continues to decrease. PC players spend 255 million in 2024, 18% year over year, and 2023 310 million was a 13% drop from 2022. Yeah, cut the slide on real quick. All right, yeah. So yeah, Epic is doing okay. All right, what else we got here on the gaming news? Let's see, what do we got? Gotta keep you guys in the loop, you know. Oh yeah. Let's see what else we got. Whoops, get out of there. Let's see. Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicle delist on iOS after unfixable bug. Oh yeah, Crystal Chronicles was on the GameCube. You know, and says the change to Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles payment method on payment model iOS prevents players from accessing content they bought in its free and paid version. And see if I can get a piece of this here. The iOS remaster of Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles has been pulled, and Square Enix is ending support for the 4-year-old re-release. On its blog, the developer revealed a bug that prevent players from accessing in-game content they had previously paid for. This bug, which was uncovered in January and affect the game paid version, came from changes made in the in-app purchasing model. Further investigation revealed that we are unable to completely fix the bug and implement the new change, making it unlikely to resume service for the game, wrote Square Enix. The developer said it would continue to support the game on other platforms. Its Android, PlayStation 4, and Nintendo Switch versions can still be bought digitally. Yes, I saw that on the PS4 store today. So yeah, Crystal Chronicles. All right, what else we got on the gaming news here? Let's see. Video games, folks. Says here, Avenger director hires industry veteran Pete Waynett to spearhead games at AGBO. The company hopes to leverage Waynett's experience to build transmedia properties across films and television and games. When it says transmedia, I'm like, that don't sound good. It says here, AGBO, an independent production company founded by Avengers director Anthony Giarusso, has recruited another game industry veteran in Pete Waynett. Waynett has been named president of interactive technology at AGBO, which was formed in 2017 in a bid to shape the future of storytelling across films, television, and gaming. According to a press release, Waynett will spearhead the company's gaming strategy to propel the commitment to immersive digital experience to new heights. Before joining AGBO, Waynett served as Chief Executive Officer at mobile studio Nitty Games and worked as Vice President of Games for Universal Pictures Digital Platform Group. Yeah, anyway, keep moving here. What else we got here? Keep you in the loop. Yeah. So what else we got here? Video Game History Foundation, we need more internal champions within studio structure. We need to be a curator of our own story. How can developers publish and advocate institution and basically anyone with an interest in preserving, cataloging, and presenting video games history in a way that accessible to help the cause? For starters, you might consider holding the Video Game History Foundation, the non-profit dedicated to precisely that, massively cartoon sacks of money, you know, like the ones Scrooge McDuck used to deposit in his pocket change. But if you aren't holding a burlap repository adorned with dollar signs, VGAF co-founder Fans Caliph, Sifaldaya, who spoke. Whoops. See if I can get this back here out. Where was I at before I was rudely interrupted? Uh-oh. Where was I at? Okay, before I was rudely... Oh, here we go. Sifaldaya, who spoke of the game developer last week following the launch of the VGHF Astounding Digital Library, says there are other slightly more inexpensive ways you can help. And get one more piece of this. It says here, honestly, something that we often say is if you are within a studio structure, we need more internal champions for not only live preservation of that material, but also advocacy for access, says Cifaldi. Over the years, VGHF has acquired an eye-watering amount of material right for cataloging. These donations often comes from smaller companies of the individual collectors, largely because they're less restricted by corporate red tape and legal concerns. Yeah. Anyway, what else we got on the news here? I think this appears. It says here, Atari and Jeff Minter team on remakes of classic arcade game iRobot. For Minter and Lamasoft, iRobot is the latest in a legacy of remakes and reimagined in the past. We had a hand in remaking 8-bit classic Tempest Defender along with its own Atari ST Amiga game, Lamatron. Says the iRobot remake is expected to release later in 2025 and was teased by Atari. Quite essential, Jeff Minter. Says your game designer Jeff Minter and his studio Lamasoft are going back to past with a remake of Atari iRobot. For Minter Lamasoft, iRobot will be the latest in a legacy of remakes and retro-inspired adaptation. Following 2018's Minotaur Arcade Volume 1, the past Minter had a hand in remaking 8-bit classic Tempest and Defender, along with its own Atari ST Amiga game, Lamatron. Throughout his 45-year career, Jeff remains the spirit of a true indie developer. Read a statement from Atari Game VP Ethan Stern. The remake, which is expected to release later this year for PlayStation, Xbox, Switch, PC, Atari VC, was described by Stearns as quite essential. Minter. Anyway, alright, what's next? So what we got here? Okay, we talked about Assassin's Creed Shadow. That comes out March 20th. We talked about Loot Box. You know, about Blizzard bringing that stuff back. Yeah. What's this? Let's see. See if I can get it. See if I can get it here. What do we got? Let's see. games, folks. Got to keep you in the loops. Says Ubisoft cost cutting ahead of schedule after studio closure, with plans to go beyond goal in fiasco year 2026, while the company is focused on reducing the operational costs. The CEO Yves Guillemot reiterated that Ubisoft's main priority is preparing Assassin's Creed Shadows for its March 20 launch. This is Ubisoft financial report for the 9th month period ending December 31st, 2024. This is with French developer and publisher shining a spotlight on its upcoming Assassin's Creed title, as well as the state of the ongoing cost reduction drive that's seen several studios closure and restructuring already, with more changes seemingly still on the way. The cost reduction builds on the plans and process detailed earlier into 2025 to shape the group with goals of improving Ubisoft operational efficiency, value creation, and player experience. According to today's press release detailing the quarter 3 results, those efforts are pacing ahead of schedule due in part to Ubisoft's shuttering of its San Francisco Osaka teams and target restructuring across its European offshoot in Livingston, Stockholm, and Newcastle. Yeah, closing studios down just to save costs and be more productive. Anyway, what else we got here? What's this? Overwatch loot box. It's back. It says Overwatch 2 brings loot box back from the grave. Remember EA and Star Wars Battlefront 2? It says here on February 18th, Overwatch 2 Season 15 will bring loot box back so players can earn a variety of cosmetics for weekly and events in-game reward. As Blizzard Entertainment explained, the loot boxes will be transparent and players their chance of obtaining cosmetics. Developer said each box will feature an in-game item with a value of rare or higher, an epic team within 5 consecutive boxes, and a legendary within 20 consecutive boxes. The original Overwatch feature random chance loot box as a part of its monetization model, wherein players could spend real money on digital items while profitable for Activision Blizzard. Some, like the Belgian government, consider this a potential form of gambling. Blizzard later removed paid loot box from version of the hero shooter sold in both Belgium and China. And one more piece here. It says here in 2022 the developer eliminated paid loot box from all versions of the game and made it so players could solely earn them through leveling up via gameplay rather than spending money. Since launch, Overwatch has featured an in-game shop explicitly show players what they're buying and has rotating selection of terms to purchase. It says Blizzard's blog does not mention how much players can spend on loot box, or that this will affect the game seasonal rewards going forward. Loot boxes, they're back. Alright, what else we got here on the gaming news? See what we got here. Get out of there. What's this? What Obsidian Entertainment learned making a Avowed first-person fantasy. It says here the world of Pillars of Eternity looks very different up close and personal. It says here Avowed Obsidian Entertainment new RPG and a first-person fantasy RPG set the world in the Pillars of Eternity. Pillars of Eternity series was top-down computer RPG and played very differently than Avowed. And with first-person view meant prioritizing visual effects, animation, gameplay for close-range combat. This week, Microsoft-owned Obsidian Entertainment is releasing Avowed, a first-person fantasy role-playing game set in the same universe as Pillars of Eternity series. Though the studio is no stranger to making first-person RPGs like Fallout, the New Vegas and the Outer Worlds bring the Pillars series to first-person is a hefty challenge. The existing audiences used to turn-based combat and top-down exploration, and when it comes to first-person fantasy, every game in the field is likely to be compared against Bethesda Software's Elder Scrolls V Skyrim, the 800-pound gorilla of a game. Yeah, that is true. And then he said, it's a tall task to be sure. A game developer previously spoke with the director Kerry Patel about translating the wild world of Pillars series to first-person fantasy. Well, we had more questions about the technical nitty-gritties and transition. When you play Avowed, you quickly notice its feel distinctly different from the fantasy epic made by Obsidian cousin at Bethesda. There's certain snappiness to how players' animation feels, and the use of hits shot supercharged the impact of every swing of a sword, axe, mace, and other melee for violence. Yeah, it's a long article too. I just gave you a gist of it, so you know they're gonna be asking some questions. So yeah, pretty long. Yeah, it's on Game Developers, so I'll leave the link in the description box. Okay, PlayStation, what gives? Let's see here. Sony keen to bolster first-party earnings as PS5 near 75 million lifetime sales. It says here, well, it says the Q3 sales within the Game Network Service division rose by 16% year-on-year, 1.6 billion yens. PlayStation 5 has now sold 74.9 million units worldwide and is replicating the performance of its predecessor. Numbers of MAUs across PlayStation platform rose to a record-breaking 129 million players in December. Says here the PS5 has achieved 74.9 million lifetime sales. No, PlayStation 5 that is has achieved 74.9 million lifetime sales following bumper holiday season. The console shifted 9.5 million units during the third quarter of the current fiscal year, significant year-over-year increase on the 4.5 million units sold in quarter number 3. The upswing follows the launch of PlayStation 5 Pro, which debuted in November 7, 2024. Over 40% of people who purchased a PS5 during the quarter were new users, leading to a substantial increase in the number of monthly active users, MAUs. Remember those people that was complaining about the price? I guess they bought themselves a PS5 after all. Yeah. Anyway, what else we got? See if I can get the rest. Get two more. It says cumulative unit sales of PS5 from launch until the end of December are essentially the same level as the cumulative unit sales of PS4 for the same period of time since the launch, even though PS5 had a higher price, explains Sony. Furthermore, MAUs after same amount of time has passed since launch have increased significantly by approximately 14 times, which shows the users base of the PS platform has significantly expanded from the PS4 generation due to PS5 backwards compatibility and our various user engagement in activities. Initiative. I say inactivities, initiative. When GTA 6 comes out, that number is about to jump big time. Alright, what else we got? think I did this. What's this? Embracer says gutting. What's this? Huh. People were complaining about the PlayStation 5 Pro being $700. They end up buying it. So they were complaining for nothing, really. Anyway, what else we got here? Embracer says gutting its business has created strong foundation for future value creation. Kingdom Come Deliverance exceeds expectation during a quarter that Embracer CEO Lars Wingfour described as reassuring. He says Embracer CEO Lars Wingfour says the business is showing reassuring signs following a brutal restructuring effort that saw the company conduct mass layoffs, shutter multiple studios, and cancel a huge number of projects before splitting into three separate entities. As noted in the company's fiasco report for the quarter ended December 31st, 2024, net sales declined by 3% year on year to SC 7.4 billion, and that's in parentheses is 683.2 million. That was largely the result of a 23% downturn in net sales within the PC console gaming segment, which comes after Embracer divested major subsidiaries, Saber Interactive and Gearbox Entertainment, both of which are still included in the company's figures. Yeah, they're doing pretty good. So despite those respective dips, Embracer said organic growth amounted to 7% in quarter three, thanks to several successful releases, including Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. And then it says the Swedish conglomerate said the sequel is approaching 2 million sales, delivered an especially strong performance on Steam with over 250,000 peak concurrent players. Yeah. Video games, folks. Alright, what else we got? See if we can get something here. I'm gonna knock all this out. See, what do we got here? Okay, let's see. One more. What's this? Activision Blizzard head Bobby Kotick called bizarre acquisition a bad, expensive lesson. According to Kotick, buying the Project Gotham Racing studio back in 2007 violate all our principles. It says Bobby Kotick, it says here, since Bizarre closure, former staff rejoined to form Destruction All-Stars developer Lucid Games. Bobby Kotick, the former CEO of Activision Blizzard, has buyer's remorse when it comes to acquiring Bizarre creation back in 2007. In a recent interview with the venture capital firm Keelner Perkins on the Grit podcast, Kotick called the British studio a bad acquisition. However, he could not name said studio in the interview and described it as an in Manchester that did the driving game for Xbox. Bizarre, which is located in Liverpool, developed the Project Gotham Racing game for original Xbox and 360 console. Activision Blizzard bought the studio for an initial $67.4 million, with an additional $40 million if certain benchmarks were hit over the next 5 years. And yeah, says here from 2008 to 2010, Bizarre released 4 games: Geometry Wars, Retro Revolve 2, Geometry Wars, Touch Blur, and James Bond 007 Bloodstone, before it shut down in 2011. When it said Kotick went on to discuss a really good guy who was running the day-to-day, whom he could not name, but appeared to be then studio head Brian Woodhouse. He considered Woodhouse brilliant, but said Bizarre itself was an 80 million acquisition overall, was subsequently written off 2 years later. Everything about it violates all our principles. Kotick, anyway. Yeah, well, Everybody makes bad I mean, it's part of the business, you know. You make some bad choices, you know. I could say Microsoft should have never shut down Arcane Studios, but that's just me though. Anyway, what else we got? Let's see if we got anything else here. Put the content out. Yep. Let's see. Got anything? Anything? Nah. Anything? Nope. That is that. So that's all the news I got to report though. Hope you guys enjoyed it, but yeah, that's the gaming industry for you. I'll be back with some more news. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Nice talking to you people who can't Crystal Star Wars such a thing. Or Dark Side. Oh god. Peace.